Here comes trouble. I'm blowing out the shop here. Well, I'm picking out a thermos for you. Okay, here he comes. Let's see what he wants to do. We'll go for a riding. All right. She sounds a little rattly to me.
She's always kind of sounded
the valves cracking
like that, yeah.
Okay. We fixed the coach edition. Well, we fixed, the only thing we did was the exhaust valves. They shouldn't be rappy-tappy like that too much. The wheels look great. You got new tires or something?
Yeah, I just put a little bit of tire jizz on. You see my tips?
Oh, let's talk about exhaust tips. I had my driveway scraped for you. Look at them babies. They're not even dark yet. Well, it looks like your fuel trims are good.
Real super, you know, it don't sound like my truck or anything. But
yeah.
It sounds a little more, a little better.
Okay. You got it all ready to go. Okay, now he's going to, we've been talking about this since what, the 90s or something? How do you like my fancy wheel covers on my trailer?
Oh, I like those.
Yeah, I know you must have seen that. I was blowing the garage out for you.
Everything looks good. Looks more bright and airy back there with that window.
Yeah, I opened all the doors up for you so it'll be nice and cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, they might bring gravel today. Okay, so tell everybody what's going on. It's such an odyssey.
So, 97 Lexus LS400, 286,000 miles. Got it with 216,000 miles on it. Bobby and I have done a lot of stuff to it. 6 months ago or so, I started noticing what felt like a delay. So sort of a no power situation going up a hill under load. Felt like second gear to third gear, you just get nothing. You put your pedal on and then finally it kicks down. So I've put spark plugs in it recently. I put cleaned the throttle body out really well, replaced a couple of vacuum lines, took it to, so I thought I had a transmission issue. Took it to the top transmission guy, Rick, in Alamance County.
Clear right.
Let me go left.
You go left.
Okay, so I'm gonna give it a little throttle. So it's got nothing. See, my pedals, it's almost to the floor.
That's all you got?
And then it just,
it kicks, turn right here.
But it's to the floor. I'm still. So you see, already you can
okay.
feel we got us a problem.
We're gonna go up a hill here.
Okay.
Whenever you hear the dogs barking, it's over here, and that one behind.
Okay, I'm gonna floor it. So it's floored now.
Floored, and that's all you got.
It's to the floor.
Wow.
Totally to the floor. RPMs are at 2,700, but we're just not moving.
Well,
still got it to the floor.
Got rattled.
Still got it to the floor. So now I'm gonna let off.
Oh, and it kicks up.
Kind of kicks up. So I've adjusted the kick down cable, the throttle cable. So if you drive it like a grandma, so if I don't floor it or I don't
give it up this hill, like.
Okay, I'm gonna try to get up the hill.
Is this deeper than your hill?
So it kicked down and I'm climbing, but I didn't floor it. I did a half floor, half to the floor. Okay, so now it just caught. Now I got some throttle for some power. And now it's to the floor, so I just floored it. It's just sluggish. Something's wrong. Something's wrong with the car. Okay, so now it finally wants to accelerate. Once it gets on a level surface, where it gets going downhill, once you're not under load, I mean, you can probably go 100 miles an hour in this car, but just not how you want to accelerate.
Yeah.
So the transmission guy said he put us. Sorry, calm down the back. My daughter. So the transmission guy, top transmission guy, puts his live data scan tool on it. We go for a ride. He says you don't have a transmission problem. Your exhaust is clogged up. That's why it'll do good at low RPMs, low stress. Then when you try to stomp it, the exhaust system's clogged up. I say, oh gosh, Rick, thank you. Can't thank you enough.
Yeah.
Hugged him, brought him some muffins. He says, take it to Randy, the top exhaust guy in Alamance County. So gets it up on the lift, and he said, I don't know about this thing. He said, Rick told you. He said, exhaust is jammed up. So I said, yeah. So he says, well, first, he said, I'll put a new exhaust system on it for you. I'll do whatever you want. We can clean the cats out. We can take them off. We can do whatever you want. Okay, so I got very little throttle here now. It's smooth.
And it seems to respond better to less throttle.
So listen to this, Chief. So Randy gets it up on a lift, and he drills a hole pre-cat on each coming off the manifold. He drills a little hole pre-catalytic converter, puts his pressure gauge on it. He says that if I had any back pressure issues, if the cats were bad, if there was any issues, this test would be diagnostic. And he says it's breathing fine. You don't have exhaust issues. So then I call Lexus Matt, my top Lexus guy, service manager at a prominent Lexus dealership, who's been great to me. He says, sounds like maybe a fuel delivery issue, or it could be you've got unmetered air coming in. So of the three things, I think it could be fuel filter, I think, is original to the car. You and I have never messed with the fuel pump.
Then there's a screen on the pump, and you've never changed the. So you got like, you think that's the original filter? Is it Toyota?
Toyota right there on it.
All right. So, all right.
And the reason I think it's original is because it's an OE part, and there's no mention in the service manual, or the owner's manual, of when to service. There's no service interval for the fuel filter.
Okay.
Almost sort of a life of the vehicle. The cartoons guy, the expert in New Zealand, Australia, who everybody loves, he's brilliant. He says change the fuel filter every time you change the fuel pump.
Yeah, and that's the other guy said that too. Yeah, a couple of guys said that.
He got it from the cartoons.
Yeah, he got it from him. That's a good idea he had right there when it was a real stickler.
Yeah. And so what do you think?
Well,
do you want to drive it, or did you feel enough to be able to?
I think I've seen enough.
Okay.
Let's not burn any more daylight here, and let me hop out, and I'll guide you into the land of rhythm and pleasure over there. Okay, let's get him up on the lift here.
Well, I'll show you in park.
Yeah, show me.
I think we behave normally. So let's pull it.
Yeah, the lift's up a little bit because I was blowing it out. Okay. Why are you doing the steering wheel in such an odd fashion?
I don't know.
Okay.
Okay, so here we are in park.
And you got a CEL over there. Okay.
Oh, I do? Oh, we got one. That just came on.
That just came on?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's document that. Okay. Oh, so when you rev her, she goes.
Yeah.
So when you're going down the road and you stomp it, it goes to 2700. The engine doesn't rev, and then you don't hear any. It doesn't. Okay. Well, I'll be danged. Well, don't turn it off. I'll get you up here.
Okay, I'm gonna text Donnie, let her know I made it okay and all that.
All that stuff. Okay. You're doing fine. You're doing fine. Great. A little bit that way. Okay. Switching the rear wheels here. That's good. Okay. Right there. Okay. She's up and on her.
That we'll need today.
What do you got with brakes? Just pads and shoes, or you don't have shoes, do you?
You told me back before we had other issues. You said let's do brake lines. So I got all kind of stuff. I got a master.
Oh, you got the flexible lines and all that? Yeah, they do swell up. Okay, so you got your main book, you got an empty gas can, you got your new wires, and it's a fuel filter in here.
Fuel filter's right here.
Okay, oxygen sensor.
See how pretty this is. I just think these are beautiful parts.
Yeah, look at that. Okay. We're trying not to get fuel all over us. Okay, that is nice.
And we know that it's not.
Rattle.
Yeah.
Okay, and you got...
I brought some crush washers for the oil change. I don't know if the transmission plug, I got some copper washers.
I got 2 or 3 sets of those too.
Transmission plug says to use a new plug every time, but we don't
Like
probably do it that way here.
28 pound-feet or something.
Yeah. So here we have
okay. Transmission service.
your Beck Arnley. This was only $18 from Parts Geek, but it costs $19 to have it shipped to me.
Yeah.
Put this here so it can be relaxing. And
Yeah, let it catch some rays.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to clean out the whole car, the whole back seat, because we may be pulling the back seat. But I think the first thing to do...
This is a beautiful part here, too.
Oh, new door handle.
Yeah, I got that off of eBay.
How long do you have?
Great seller. I mean, I'd like to sleep in my own bed tonight.
Okay.
Maybe be on the road a little before dark.
Okay, well, that's about 6 o'clock. So okay, well, I say the first thing we do is just do the fuel filter and see. And then take her out, and then do something else. You know what I mean?
Let's pull that code too.
And pull that code. Okay, I got my Fox wheel right over here. How many times have I stopped Rocket, man? Oh gosh, a lot of you don't know my history, but I grew up in radio, and I used to have to sit there for 6 hours every day, 5 days a week from the time I was 7 years old and listen to this stuff. They put it on like 18 different albums. Stop it. Okay, so let's get the old Fox wheel plugged in. Oh well, there's a kind of hush, isn't there? So let's see your current door handle. You could lose a finger in that thing.
I know. Not too good.
How do you do it? Is there a secret code of some kind? Hard.
So let me put here, I'll plug you up there, and I'll put the key in.
You know where the...
Oh boy, you got your fancy deal here, Chibi.
Yeah, I got the Fox wheel. This isn't too fancy, but it's fancy enough. I hope it'll auto ID you. Well, I'll wait till you get in the passenger seat before we do anything. I don't know why. I've never heard it do that. Yeah, some of these are better than others. And communicate. We'll go ahead and get yours, I guess, and we'll see what we get on yours. Two codes. P178. That's a cat, isn't it?
That's a lean.
Lean. Okay.
Lean condition.
I don't know.
And that's a lean condition.
So you got two lean conditions.
So this would be bank 1 lean. So this could mean, well, but a lean condition could be, let me see, I'm going to erase these since they're both the same.
Okay. We were going to do the fuel filter first. We're going to do the fuel filter, but we've decided to smoke mount.
Line here, I'm assuming this is vacuum coming off
Yeah,
the booster.
that's off that booster, yeah.
But this goes to the back of the
Plenum thing?
to the intake plenum here, and it looks like a kind of a banjo fitting, almost like you'd see.
Oh, here we go. Smoking.
Okay, let me get a pair of pliers.
Okay.
I don't know where any tools are here.
Okay, well, come over here. I'll verse you up here. What kind of... Now, I think I've had to do emergency stuff. So, pliers are here. There's Grandpa's pliers, them pliers. And we call those Nipex in my world, but everybody's different. Okay.
Can barely see with no light here.
God, bitch. There.
Ain't you the wise one to think of?
You need to get some bungee cords? And
No.
I mean, you need
I should have brought my. Let me have your smoke.
Oh, smoke? Okay, we're ready for smoke. Okay, let's make sure she's going. I hear it hissing. I can smell it.
Try to do so.
It takes a while, so it's that coil. There she comes. All right, she's smoking now.
All right, let's try to get this.
All right, hang on a second. Let me get it a little closer to you. You gotta make sure that purple light stays on. Okay.
Now, do we start the car to do this?
No, you just let it sit there, it's my understanding. Because you'll just suck all the smoke away. If you crank her up, I think. Now, this can take a while.
Well, I wouldn't say that's suggestive of any.
No, that's the air intake there, but we've been smoking it for a little bit, and the smoker's going way in on the other side of the plenum here, and see, we got it right here. Pretty good amount of it. That's pretty cool. So, Let's put that back on. And if it's coming out right there,
I would say that tells us that we're good.
Let me put that back on. So
we're good all through here, I would say.
Yeah, and if it's, yeah, it's coming out real good there. Do I see? I think it's just that wafting over there. I don't think I see anything else. But it's, you know, we're gonna call this a pass.
I think so, yeah, Chief.
Okay, and now we're going to go to the fuel filter changing, and you disconnect the battery, crank it up, like he said, crank it up, and I get until it stops, and then you get the pressure out of the line, and you do that through the boot there, and might pull the back seat out. So yeah, we're all smoked over here. We're all done. So this is where we are. We got the P071, and that's what you got to do. So we just did step 1, and so we're gonna go to step 2 here.
Well, I'm wondering if there's a way to do this
Through the boot or through the back seat?
You're supposed to go through here to get to disconnect the fuel pump.
Okay.
And it's right back here somewhere. I'm just trying to think, is there a way to do this without taking all this?
Yeah, that 65 T-Bird always full of water. That happened on a 280 SC 4.5 I had. It used to hold water in the boot too. So we'll get the air nozzle out since you got all this out of here. We'll blow it off real nice. There's the CEL.
There she is.
There she is in all her glory. Just take that on out. We'll vacuum this all out and clean it up, and you know, at least yeah.
Try not to break it while I take it out.
There you go. All right, well, let's take a look back here. I guess that's your fuel pump relay. I don't know. Okay, well, you do whatever you disconnect there. Yeah, I guess you just disconnect everything. It's got them on, yeah. Toyota stuff is kind of known for braking, isn't it? I saw the pull tie trick the other day Toyota guys used to loop them through and pull them tight, keep them tight. You want a little screwdriver? Oh, you got a knife there.
Let it run till it cuts off.
So both of those are disconnected, and then we'll disconnect the battery after we run it dry.
And we'll open up the...
If you want to pump out fuel, I got my pumper out over there. It's taking in that smoke. Well, guess that's it.
I say that's good enough.
How much gas is in it?
More than I wanted it to be. I thought I'd burn more coming here. Probably a third of a tank, a little less than a third of a tank.
Well, do you want to drain it out?
I don't, there's nothing that I've read that says to do that. It says that if we do the steps that I've said,
that we're going to be okay. Okay. Well, if you say so, I don't see where it's picking up fuel. It looks like it might be gravity feed. I don't know. I don't see anything down there. Of course, could be on the other side. Okay. Well, let's do this thing. But anyway, we got the negative post disconnected, and we can leave everything up. All right, let's take her up then. Don't forget to hit the green subscribe button right there. It's not like we're under great restraints of time, but Nick just said it best. You know, we could check the fuel pressure before, put the filter in, check it after, but just put the dumb thing in because you got to do it anyway. How you like that? Mild fire, 90-pound capacity.
mild. Well, I didn't notice the mild fire. She ran calling mild fire.
And you know the pressure's off when that thing moves around, because see, it'll do the tighten up.
Oh, I see, yeah.
So okay, let's go in and let me get my streamline over here. All right, just show me where. Wish that came on. There it is. Is that all there is to it? You could get messy pretty quick right there. All right. So I would take the bracket loose first. I'd get all my sizes. It looks like a 15 and a 13 and whatever those are. Okay, let's find the sizes
It's
now.
a 19 and a 14.
A 19, well, it wasn't too far off.
And then I don't know, that may be a 10.
So there's your fuel return. So it's that banjo fitting there. This is the feed inside. Too bad you don't have a cutoff over there of some kind. Okay.
I wonder if we could clamp. Would it reduce the fuel flow if we clamped any of these hoses?
I don't know. Where did we put that? It don't matter. If it don't break it. But I got fuel hose, and if we need fuel hose, we'll go get it. All right, well, it's obvious what it is. It's got the bleed back thing like on that old Mercedes. Oh, this is that thing we did.
Yep. And Chief, we can always, in the interest of not getting a bunch of gas on us and we're not lying on the ground.
I would loosen both sides and get them to weep a little bit, and then get the bracket, I guess. There's that light if you need it.
Okay,
And
so to loosen it, I'm coming back toward me.
okay, we got gas flowing here, so we're not going to. I'm going to go ahead and put this thing out so he can have it to put it right back on again. I think it was that way. I don't know. I'll figure it out. It's got the basic flare fittings. All right. Well, that's got a nice adjustment thing on it. That makes it easy. Okay. No smoking. There you go. There's your start there. You wanna
Let me have a regular 14 mil, if you don't mind. I don't need a line
That line wrench?
at this point. I'm just going to loosen it. More.
Regular. Let's see, I've got several. Here's your one. It's got a swivel on one end, but it's open on the other. I think I have a regular. Here's one that's a little better. It's a little longer.
Or do I even want to do that with gas leaking out at this rate? Think I should loosen it a little bit more.
Well, you just gonna have to go in. Now, let's get you orientated correctly here. So there's your filter to put right back in there as quick as you can. You want me to duct tape some rags around your wrist or something? Keep it from running up your shirt?
Let's give this a little bit more. Let's give this a little more thought here.
But I'm seeing dirt coming out of that thing already. It's coming out all mucky looking. Yeah, I would use a line wrench on that to start with.
All right, 19 millimeter line wrench.
I'm going to leave that there if you want it. So it looked like a bunch of dirt coming. We're going to cut this thing open too, so we'll know. Here's your roto-flex couplings.
I know.
So, they're all cracked.
Yeah.
That won't be too hard if we get this.
Those.
If we get it to run right, yeah. Just going to let that. We're just going to let that drain. And let me turn this light off because we may need it later. I keep extra batteries down here, but okay. So we're going to drain the gearbox fluid now, and I'll take a look at that and take a look at those solenoids. My fluid meter is over here. Let me go get it.
We're going to look at the.
Okay.
Fairly ready to do this, Chief.
Is it dark? Does it smell waxy and burnt and all that?
Well, all I can really smell is gas at this point. It's not clear and open. It's not like new tranny fluid.
No, it is kind of brownish, isn't it? Yeah, I'd say you were time. It's time. You're not going to tell much by looking in my bucket, but oh yeah. Let's get. I can't wait to get them solenoids out of there. Now, from what I saw in that video, it was they had brackets where you really couldn't mix them up, and they had O-rings. I got tons and tons of O-rings. I'm setting up my little ultrasonic. If we put those solenoids in here, maybe we will, maybe we won't. There you go. You want this
3/8 steel cord
and that, and forget about that thing I gave you. But you got a manly man ratchet thing, which I never use that for putting on. I only use it for taking off.
Oh yeah, no doubt, man.
I don't like the electric. Zip them on out of there. Let me get you a cup or something. There's some old capacitors from some past project. See you, Nick. That's a deadly tray. Those three magnets. It's a Kubota magnetic tray. So having the water heater and getting hot water and putting it in your little, there's my biggie. This is my little one. This is the first time I've ever used it. And so we got it set to 56. And it'll probably get, see, you already start out at 40. Unless. Okay. Now that's just hot water, Zep, and Dawn with a little bit of alcohol in it to kind of keep it from getting moldy if I ever decide not to change it today. That one's a lot easier to deal with than that one.
Here, if you can, provide us a little moral support here. I think the gasket and right, yeah, there you go. Thank you.
Okay, so here we go. This is our last one. I think I'm going to heat up the. Okay,
yeah,
I don't.
You want to drain. If you want more to drain out, I'm good with that too. There you go. Let's just do that.
Okay.
The fluid looks a little better from this angle with the sunlight hitting it, but I still think it's...
Yeah, it's time. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna, I'll hang here, because I wanna see if you do this or not.
Back level again.
I'm not gonna record that, because I don't want you to get in trouble.
Oh, I rule with an iron fist.
So he thought he bent the pan, so he took it in. I wasn't recording, and put it on the kitchen countertop or granite top to get it level with the flashlight. Well, let me tell you about the time I took the valve cover off my MG and put it in the dishwasher at my dad's house, and they knew it right when they walked in the door. How did you know? You kidding? You can smell that thing. You get to the part where you can't smell stuff. Okay, you gonna try to pull her out now? And you just say you can weasel it out of there, huh?
I don't know.
You think we're going to have to... Where are we here? A little over a gallon. I remember when you splattered transmission fluid all over my T-Bird. It don't hurt nothing.
That was with my truck, my Titan.
Yeah, it didn't hurt nothing. No, I think you got like one little dime-sized thing on it. But I got to tell you, I was happy to see that car and happy to see that car go. I'm just not a Ford guy. You never catch me in a Crown Vic.
Yeah, the worse this car has been running, the better the Crown Vics have looked to me.
Yeah, and you get 20% off of Walkers if you buy a Crown Vic. You know where they all are, don't you? Okay. All right, well, I'm just curious to see if we're going to have to drop it down and get that bolt out of there.
No, I'm going to need to shine my light. Can I use one of these for a rack?
Yeah, everything's clear.
All right, let me come around on your side.
And let's make sure that thing works. There you go. There's your lamp. If you want it. Do you want my lamp or your lamp? Okay, so Mick had to go up and take that little bolt out that holds this bracket on. And here's what we got here. There's your let's take a look around in magnets here. Well, there's nothing crunchy. I mean, it's just your typical kind of clutch. There's a couple of magnets there. Well, it's certainly time.
Yeah, agreed.
And look at all that metal coming out of there. Okay, well that's still not terrible for the mileage. So we're going to go clean this up, or I'm going to go clean it up, and I'm going to let you do your filter service.
Okay.
And all the sockets are over there. Quarter drives in the drawer above it, and the three. Oh, I put the look here. I put the 3/8 drive in this thing to remind us to do that sensor thing.
Okay.
Okay, I've done the preliminary cleaning, and I've got the magnets clean, and we're going to dump this in here and just try to do this best we can, and I get that sort of ultra clean.
A bracket that holds them in like so, that's attached to there. See that?
All right, well let's make some marks. This one's smaller, it looks like, and darker. It looks like it's a couple of millimeters smaller, and so that's a dark, and that's a dark. And
this is concave. That's got a little tab.
Yeah, you can see that's convex. That one's concave, and there's all your little wires. So yellow and something. I think that's gonna. So I think you would pull. So it looks. I don't know. Well, I'll let you do, because you're a Toyota guy. So you get them out of there, and we'll ohm them out, and we'll see if they're okay. And then I've already got you a nice bath ready back there. And you said this was on there finger tight.
It sure was, yeah.
So, okay. You can't really tell much by looking at those, so that's fine. And, all right, well, let's pull them out.
All right, I'm on it.
That one first, the front ones, okay, don't matter. Keep an eye on what the bolts look like. Let's make a record here. Okay, so, all right.
So that goes in here, like so.
Yeah, you can just lay it wherever you want to lay it. So that's the triple one. Okay, and you got to unplug them. Ooh. Well, now you see how they work.
Yeah, all right, I'm gonna work on getting these two out. Okay.
Well, it's pretty self-evident, but we're just, like you said a second ago, we're making a record of when and what we did. So we got all 4 solenoids out, and I'm gonna have to review film because they're a little different. I think we kind of got lost, but that's why I filmed it. Gas still coming out. So let's get fluke out, and if I find something bad, I'll let you know. Now there's some kind of bulb test that we may or may not do. Now these two, I think, are 1 and 2. The one's further back, and they showed 3.5. They go up as they cool, and 5.1. And these those have just a single contact, and you check from there to the body. These are your double contacts, and they were showing a little higher, like 12.7, 12.2. I don't wonder why they don't just they want you to get motion on it, huh?
Yeah, and then you measure the. It should move.
Show me what you got there. Okay, so we're just working on resistance on these things. But if you got a soldering table, those stand up in your solder holder there, spool, and you can hold them just a little better. So let's go put these in and clean them. Okay, I think that's something I've been wanting to do for a long time. So we're back here at the fuel filter again, and when you close it off, I found that you could do it from the other side with the 17 and the extension and this little thing here. Gas does not come out the other end, and that pipe's not even connected. So, but when you loosen the inside, it comes out. All right, that's good enough. Let's go back to the solenoids. Okay, we're going to put these in here now. And I'm going to see if I've got O-rings. I'm sure I do. Those are just flat as a pancake. Those don't seem to have O-rings. And that stuff smells so good. That zip and the Dawn and the alcohol. So we're gonna just put those in there. Those O-rings just look terrible. I'm not gonna put those in there on those O-rings when you reassemble, simply because, let's just see how dirty that gets. Oh, good, the air compressor just went off. That's a rarity when filming. Well, let's see what they look like, because that's pretty gunky there looking. Well, they look a lot better. Okay, so I cleaned the magnets, and there's some of the hardware, and there's that. And I generally will spritz things with WD-40 when I pull them out of here to keep them from flash rusting. In this case, I don't think that's a good idea, strictly because I know that's clean right there, because I don't want to contaminate anything in transmission fluid. You just don't want to do that. So I'm going to have to go up and review my footage here and see which one goes where. I guess I should have noticed. Well, you wouldn't have noticed. So I got my O-ring pick. Let's see if I can find something in my 270 kit. These are metric, and I have some standards also. Well, these are standard, and I got some other metrics. That's right. Where are my metrics? They're over here. Those are standard air conditioning things. There's my magic eraser. That goes there. There you go. That's what I was really thinking about. But if I can find a green one that will work, I'll use it. Here are the ones that were on it, and you can just tell they're just flat. I mean, they are flat. So I found a green one that works pretty good. It looks like it's the 1/4, 1/16, and that's still better. A little bit more proud than that other one. So let's get this on here, and really need both hands, I think, but we'll try. There you go, one-handed. So that's just a little bit better. And those floated around in there too, so I'm not scared about that. And these are for air conditioning, so they're kind of designed to take oil. So I think we're going to be better off. Okay, so these, I'm going to keep these probably just in our transmission parts bucket for now. And just put this up here. We got that in there. I think this, I hope it works. We just had the Lucas discussion. We'll go into that in a little bit. I'm going to go up and review footage, and we're going to get some mixed nuts and stuff like that, okay? We'll be right back. That's all hand painted. That's Jackie Stewart.
It's a different kind of motor racing.
Okay, so anyway, you got to see that, and there's the other little stuff. I fixed all that up. Okay. Now OCD about the foil wrap there.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah, this is the first one, and the diameter of this is a little smaller, and so this is the first one. That would be the second one, and then that's the last one, and that's the second from the last one. Correct?
Yep.
Okay, so get some fresh transmission fluid, and we'll put it on these O-rings here. And okay. Yeah, these are the good kind.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you didn't. I was doing it on tape back there, but I wasn't telling you. We're still draining gas here. It's 1:15. Yeah, that's why I wanted some fresh fluid to do these things. All right, I don't like putting stuff under a car quite yet. We still got to put the filter on.
Yep.
Okay, there's an O-ring on this too that goes into here. So we're going to change that. It feels a little weak. And I'm just blowing all this out. Got it super clean. It's been basking in the ultrasonic cleaner. So there's a nice green O-ring on there. I think it's okay to put a little seal glide on that or something. I think that'll be okay. So yeah, far better. That one's flat too. A lot of heat going on transmission wise. All right, I think I got enough ultra gray here to seal the pan. How's it going here?
I think good. Give me a check here.
And was it very self-evident which one of those it was? I mean, you know,
yeah,
without too much detail.
Yeah.
Concave, don't run your ponytail through the trough there.
So does this look like it's far enough up in there? Do I have those captured?
Yeah, it looks like, yeah. That looks just fine. And he found this other solenoid here too, but what did you do? He did it that way, but that seems to be moving freely.
Yeah.
So that might be your overdrive solenoid, I don't know. And there's another something, okay.
So that one's in, that one's in. That one's in.
Okay. All right, and so.
I feel good about that part of it, Chief.
Okay. Well, bolt on your filter. I guess it's at that time.
I'll move it in.
Okay. Okay. I think it best to put a little baggie over this and not connect this until you get it up into the car. Make it a little easier to fit this. He's only got 3 magnets. I guess one got chewed up in the wash somewhere, but I don't put that up there yet. I got something that's gonna fix you right up here. I got these neodymium things, and I've got little pieces. I think I used them up. Where are they? I don't want to use.
Let me ask you this: these threads have always been a little wonky.
Threads on what?
The transmission drain.
Oh, you mean walk them out a little bit?
I wouldn't mind it if you don't mind.
Yeah, let's do that.
I mean, it'll work. We can get it to go, but I'm remembering now that it's always been a little.
Wait a minute. Yeah, hold it right there. Okay. Well, let's go back there and walk it out.
Okay.
Now this is a magnet, baby.
A magnet's magnet?
Yeah. And that's going to be fine right there.
All right.
So that'll just jig you. Let's bring that back and we'll tap her out some.
Okay.
And now when we put her back together, we'll put. You got a copper ring, right?
On there, yeah.
If you want to, we'll put some pipe dope on there too, and that'll help. Okay, come on back and let's get the metric tap and die set. So we put just a little dab of 1 thread of pipe dope. Got a new copper crush washer on there, and why is it binding?
Because that's just what it does.
That's just what it does. Okay, well we went through it a little bit. Now the other thing you need to do is get this thing, put something over your eyes, and go through each one of the holes that these holes right here. Just do this, and it blows out whatever silicone's in there. And I'm gonna poke them all with a screwdriver and see if we dig any silicone out of there, because that'll give you a false tight. And you just want to get the gunk out of there, and you don't want any cross threading happening here. Okay, so here we are with the ultra gray, and I put the Vaseline in the cap, so it's good. It's probably about 6 months old, but you would never know it. Looks like the day I bought it. And he's hung the gasket on my lewd lamp. Okay. It's all smeared around. He did a good job with that. Got it nice and even. But that kind of thing right there is what'll give you a false tight. It's that little bit of silicone that gets in there. I think you can afford it just a little bit, but you got to get that off of there. Get that out of here. And we're going to put all the bolts in. That didn't go. We're having a hell of a time getting that bolt up on that transmission dipstick tube. That is a real bear. It's been about 20 or 30 minutes of that. But I got the banjo bolt out of here. One of the.
Come down, rest a second.
Okay, you want me to go up and try?
I might let you try. Just think you're right. There's no other way. I don't think from down here.
Okay, well here's the banjo bolt, and there's one washer on the banjo bolt and one in the bucket, and it's all through draining. So that's good. At least we can get that done. We're gonna.
Boy.
So we got about 9 or 10 gallons out of it, maybe 9.5, something like that. Who knows? So this is what I do if I'm going to be dealing with gasoline that might be running down my elbow. I just tape a cloth to my gloves and to my arm, and then I'll have to worry about it. Got one nut off. It's a funky looking nut. Okay. I went to get the cam bot, so I didn't help him with holding the light there. But we are about to get this thing out of here. Now, once again, let's remind everyone, this is not in the service manual. That's weird to me. We're going to see if it's got chunky monkey in it or not. If it shakes around like that other dude's, it was loose inside. Okay, there's the other nut. So you should just pull her out now. Oh, come on, baby.
Oh, I see. That little, it's got a little...
Oh, it's hooked? A hook on the other side? This one don't seem to have. All right, there it is.
Shake it after you get the fuel out of it.
Well, let's go cut it open.
All right.
Now, this is the inside. That's in. Yeah, it says in right there, or nigh.
This thing, I wonder if it's the original. We can take that off.
Yeah.
See if it's a Toyota part.
Well, I'm going to
That's a
use the
Toyota
bracket to put it in the vise. I'm going to get a recip saw and cut that sucker.
Cool.
Let's try to get the most amount of gas out of it, though. Wonder what morons. That's a great story. If y'all didn't see it, we changed the transmission. How long you had this car?
2014.
Since 2014, so 9 years. We must have put a transmission filter on, mount on it right when he got it, and we took it off about several months ago, I guess. And we couldn't figure out what in the world, what morons put that on, and then we had our initials on it where we did it. So anyway, that's our little joke there. Okay, let's cut this thing open. I'm gonna put it in there, and I'm gonna put a cloth under it of some kind. Let's get a blue cloth.
I'm just going to go slow.
Yeah, just take your time. You all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she'll buck
Just
on
hit
you like
this.
that. You gotta hold her closer. Okay. Well, you got the gloves on, so pull her out and see. We'll see what all that matrix is in there. Can you get it out? You got your knife? I got a feeling this. It's just paper.
Just a bunch of media in there.
I tell you what. Once you cut off the other side, and maybe she'll just pop out. Just cut her right there. Hell, might as well. Don't take a second. Well, you do it anyway. You're a beast when it comes to this thing. You could see. Look at what's come out of it. I mean, I know some of that's the grindings here, but there was dirt flying out of it. Oh, okay. Now that should just pop out of there now, I think. Whoa. That's like mud.
You filming?
Yeah. Well, I've seen worse. Could be worse. Don't know how. That's pretty bad. Take your finger and... do you feel it gritty around? Oh, golly. Oh, yeah, look at that. And that's not stuff we cut. That's just dirt. I know some of it is, but a lot of it's not. That mud ain't metal. Where'd that media go? Oh, you tossed it. Let's not put gasoline things in there, crazy guy. Okay, so there is the media all stretched out, and so you can tell one side's a little, this side toward me is a little lighter. Wow.
We'll get an 8mm teeth. Take that canister out of the bracket. See if I see a part number on it.
Okay.
There's nothing, that other guy had the shocking. There's nothing in that filter to slide.
There was nothing to move. Yeah, that's filthy. We're getting ready to see if it's going to be an original Toyota. Any numbers on it anywhere? Well, there's a number. Yeah, can't really tell. I think it physically held up well. So take that as a lesson, everybody. Once you get close to 300,000 miles, change your fuel filter. I'd say like every 60 to 80,000.
So I'm guessing that, I mean, somebody could have reused, this is Toyota bracket. Somebody could have reused this, replaced that, but I'm thinking that's the, it don't say.
F45158. And whatever else was over here that seems to be gone now. Oh, it just wipes off.
Yeah, I was going to try to clear it where I could read it.
Okay. Well, that was something. I gotta fix this tag, and a reminder to fix this tag. I lost a piece of hardware on that. All right. Whew. I got a feeling this is going to be good. Those coppers, and you put this in real lightly, and that's the same. Yeah, there's your part number. Looks just like the one on the one we just cut. Okay, so I don't, you guys get it. You bolt it up there, just like you took it out. The reverse procedure is wrenching with Kenny would say. So just as a comparison, you see that same media in there? It is pristine white. So that ought to be good. Okay, let's put it in. I guess it's been about 10 minutes and he's wrapping it up here. We got to put the banjo bolt in, but he's got it up there solid. Don't go too solid. I guess we should have got the banjo bolt in. I didn't think about it. We'll see if it goes. Hell, if it goes, it'll be fine.
You do the banjo bolt?
You want me to do it? You got the new alarm?
Yeah.
I know you. Go get a drink, take a break. Go get some nuts if you want to.
No, I'm all right.
Oh, okay. Let's get that light. Well, that's bright thing, ain't it? All right, let's see if I can get this in.
Yeah, I can loosen that.
I found it easier to reach over the hog head here, and just so you can reach over the hog head and get your fingers up there, and I was able to tighten it up or get it going, and then you can switch to this side. So I'm gonna let Mick, I think he got it bolted up there pretty tight. Okay, well you crush them on in. We're gonna change these roto-flex things. Right now we got to go up and put it in neutral, so let me put the wheel chocks on. So we're going to install these. I hope that's going to be easy. I don't know if that's going to be easy. You can tell they're a little different because one side protrudes and then the other. So we got to, keep cognizant of that. Now, my guess is we may have to put some hose clamps around this and compress that thing a little bit, because this is a British invention, I think. The first time I saw them was on a 65 GT6, Triumph GT6, on the rear end, right about here. And I don't know how far back they go from there. I really don't know who came up with these things, but I call them roto-flex couplings. That's just the way I know them. So let's get them out here. These are 17s. And okay, there's a weight there. Okay, that's not much. That's pretty good for this car. All right, I noticed something interesting here. There's washers on these bolts, but the washers go back and forth. If you're on the shaft side, there is no washer here, and if you're on the flange side or the of the hog head, the washer is on this side, on the front side. So you got to keep that in mind. So no washer on these three, and the washers tend to go away from wherever the metal is. About the best way to say it. Washer this side, no washer. Washer this side, up there, see, and then no washer. Okay.
I do not think that's an original part. And it's cracked there.
Whoa.
It's cracked there.
It's just cracked. Here, cracked there, cracked.
See right there?
Oh, yeah. And it's blown out right there.
Blown out right there. See that crack?
Yeah. Now, let me tell you guys, this is not for the faint of heart, because you got to get these things out of here. And you see that stem right there? You got to get that out of the shaft. And we're gonna clean that up, put some lubricant on that shaft. And so not easy. Mick's been watching me, and I'm fairly good at things I do. But this is even harder than a GT6. All right, let's clean that off and put there's some of this stuff. I used to have some copper of this, but Sean got made off with it. That's okay. He gave me a 9-volt battery yesterday, so it's all even. Okay, we're gonna have an oil change going on too, but I wanted to show you something else. I think I learned something. I don't know much about Lexus type cars, but I'm getting there.
I was gonna say, you're not ready to go to master mechanic.
It goes there. So there's your center carry bearing.
I think that's what Mike Hampton replaced.
I don't know.
Remember we were searching for that noise?
Yeah.
And it turned out to be the wheel bearings after they told us it is definitely not your wheel bearing.
Yeah, we went around with those magic ears on and everything. And well, there's your center carry. I sure would like to have gotten that U-joint seems to be okay. There doesn't seem, I'll check in a minute, but no, there's no Zerk fitting on that. That's too bad. And so this is, I think I'm gonna pop this out of here, make it easier to do these things. And then we'll pop it right back in there again, make sure these bolts are tight. So let's take a look up here. There's your emergency brake cables. We can shoot some lubricant up in here for the emergency brakes. I think with that heat shield, you don't have to worry too much about dirt.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. Why is that burned? I don't know.
Boing.
And I don't like boink meat, do you? That was your steak, Mr. Sullivan. So I've got this pull down, and there's a cross brace that goes here, right here behind the gearbox. For those of you that it says front right there on it. Take that down, and then you can take the drive shaft, and you can do with it what you wish. And that means that all you got to do now is just take that out of there. Let's take a look at that one. Other than the big cracks, not much. Wow. I think you think this one's worse?
That's worse than the other one. Sure enough.
Okay, well, let's get them slipped back up in there then. Get the new ones in. Ugh. All right, so you can see here they have these little divots. So you gotta get them in. And they go in.
This is a Lexus part. The other one.
Oh, compare it to the other then and see. And see if you got different numbers and stuff.
No, wait, I'm wrong. These are both factory.
Okay, both factory.
Yeah.
Well, they got almost 300,000 miles on them.
Yeah, I know. For some reason, I was thinking that.
All right, let's take a flyover here. I jacked up the back. We had it in neutral, but I think the gear locked that spider gear or something. So I hadn't tightened it up yet, but I want you to see those are the new rotor. Yeah, that's what happened. That locked. I got these tight. There's a washer between the carrier bearing, and I don't know why, but you know, I'm gonna put it back like it was. Keep me out of trouble. And I'm not gonna put this bracket back here until I get all this tightened. But now it's not such of an issue because we jacked it up back there, and I can spin this at wheel. No pun intended. I have to say right out loud that I feel very proud about those rotor coupling things. The tips even look better, so I'm gonna let that jack down. And but we're gonna do a flyover. Everything's been tightened, tight enough. and I put the cross bracket back in it, carrier bearing bolts, heat shields back in, and dirt shields. I imagine it keeps dirt off the carrier bearing. And we got all that back in. So, I don't know. I hope it starts.
Yeah, me too, bro.
Anything else to say? You got the oil, do you already got the filter in? The filter in?
Yeah.
Probably. How many times do you think you've done this? 74 times? Oh, you had, yeah, the old pull tie express there. Certified pull tie technician. And we got all the bolts tight on the tranny. And so we're ready to drop down and fill her up. And we have decided to not put Lucas in it until we feel the need. So the runways are cleared off. We're getting ready to bring her down, put gas, gearbox oil, and motor oil, and no Lucas, and I think that's it, right? Okay, down we go. I need both hands for that. Okay, she's on the ground. Now, I'm not in big favor of leaving these on, but I do. I'm just afraid I'm going to run into them, because you can get these in once it's off the ground and be safe. Okay, start putting fluid in. I'll go get a funnel. Don't forget to put the motor oil back in it. Okay. All right, doing that, and I'm getting ready to pour some gas. Thanks for pouring the gas. So I got a little paint filter in here just for if you've got any contamination. Don't want to mess up our new filter now, do we? That's a stain. I need to put that back where it goes. Okay, so let's put this, let's not use that. Let's just go, we got these two. On and off a couple of times. Oh, okay, we got it. Okay, cool. Check engine light went off. Pull down that tape. That's okay, I can see it from over here. Okay, drop the bonnet, go for a ride. How's it sound to you? Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me. Now, if it ever goes in gear again, we're about to find out. Okay, he's checking for fuel leaks and oil leaks, motor and gearbox. And the check engine light is still off. Let me get my glasses on. I'm tired. Sometimes when I'm tired, I like to have my glasses on. Okay. Well, that seems smooth.
Smile.
Okay, let's see what happens here. Gonna go climb the hill. So it's 4:30, I think. 4:49, 4:50. Okay, well, it looks like we've been working here, doesn't it? Well,
It picked up prime pretty quick.
yeah, I was surprised by that. I guess we'll turn that off if that's your fan. Oh, you want the windows up? Okay. Well, we're moving. You are not clear, right? I don't want us pulling out with a new transmission job. Oh, this, it sounds different to me. And we're not clear left. I don't like trucks that are raked with the front end up in there. That looks crazy to me.
Stupid. Of course, I got my Titan leveled.
Oh, okay. Well, you got a wheel there and a little bit of gravel. Turn right. Sure it's quiet over there. Wow. Well, it ain't like it was this morning. It seems like you got a little gravitas here. Well, say something.
I don't know. I could start crying. I don't know what to say. Do I trust it? Here's
Yeah, you got to. Here's the hill. Give her the gun. Well, that's sort of like the old days, isn't it?
It's more like a V8 ought to behave.
Look at that, man. I think it's cold beer time.
Fuel filter. Think that was the culprit?
I think so. After what I saw in it,
It could only be that. I mean, because we didn't
do anything else.
We wasn't we serviced the transmission, but I think we had eliminated that it was a transmission.
It felt like it kicked down beautifully, though, like at the exact right time. exciting.
Exciting ain't the word for it. I mean, it's like I've always said about these cars. Everybody talks about how reliable they are, and I think they're well made. But you gotta do your part. And it helps to have a friend who's a brilliant mechanic and problem solver with a lift and
wherever he is. Well, do you notice any difference in the ride or the takeoff with the rotor?
Well, I'm just starting to think about that. I'm so excited about the throttle, the responsiveness being back.
Well, yeah, you got a good long stretch. It kicks down and goes, baby. Look at that.
And this is in the normal mode. There's a power mode.
Well, don't do that.
I know.
Well, I think you can forego the Lucas thing. Well, pull her back on the lift and we'll just let her sit there and see if anything drips out of her. Well, this is like it should be, right? This is like it should be for me.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure it's ever, I mean, the last 25, 30,000 miles, I think the problem was a gradual, probably a fuel delivery issue that I just compensated for it by pressing the gas harder.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Changing the spark plugs.
Do you check your mileage? Do you do that?
Yeah.
Well, I wonder if your mileage will go way up now.
It'll probably go down because I got more gas getting into it.
Well, I know, but yeah, I don't know. That could be true.
I was just kidding, really, but the performance issue would.
I mean, if you're fighting performance,
right.
Yeah,
probably. I mean, I got 22, 23 miles to the gallon the last full tank I checked.
Well, I don't know, man.
Let's check the transmission fluid to make sure I got a good level.
Yeah, we'll get her back on the lift here. All right, well, that's success.
What kind of cold beer you?
Corona.
Man.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And I got frozen mugs down in there. They're at 0 degrees right now.
Oh, you're the man, Chief. I can't thank you enough.
I'm actually kind of stunned myself.
I was actually thinking it wasn't going to fix it, that it was going to be a fuel pump or a fuel strainer.
Well, what are we going to talk about from now on?
I don't know. I guess I can call the guy that with the Crown Vic in Clayton and tell him I'm not interested.
Oh my! UPS driver came up the other day and I said, "You back out wherever you want to." But I said, "Your sign said keep off the grass." I said, "Well, that was not for you. That's to be
for Amazon.
That's for the mail carrier, not to be taken literally. It's any manufacturer of dairy products. You know what that's from, don't you? Blessed are the cheesemakers. Let me guide you up here.
Okay.
And I just find that to be better. Oh, I didn't tell you. I went up the other day, wasn't paying attention. It was wet, rainy, and I had Daphne out. I slid off.
What?
I slid off the ramp on the right side, and I put my my green jack on it and put a 4x4 and I backed it right out. But I had never done that.
Golly,
and
Pete.
she's a wide tracker, you know.
Yeah.
And so when I put her up there, I don't have more than an inch or two, but she just went zoom, and luckily
how'd she go?
Zoom.
I'm assuming that we're at operating temperature.
Yeah, I would say so. And you put 3.5 in it?
I put 2.5.
2.5 in it.
I wasn't sure what else. Yeah, probably another quart, Chief.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna shut her off.
Okay, shut her off.
I spilled gas on my finger.
Well, we got that. Here goes. Smell your bucket now. So tell me what you think. Okay.
That's a bucket only a mother could love.
A bucket of mother love. Yeah, I put some Dawn and washed it out, and I had some Frigifresh for air conditioning things, and I thought you don't want to smell of gasoline going home for all this work.
I know, brother.
Let me rinse that off. Here, give me that thing. Give me them. Okay, sun's setting, and getting a little fresh air here. Got the old Coach Edition all packed up. Let's get them fold-up rocking chairs and some cold beer. Sun goes down, the moon comes up. The Lexus will shine tonight. All right, well, here's your frozen mug. And I think I've got, let's look in here. Yeah, there they are. And this is the old, yeah, just take those with you if you want to. Yeah, there's 2 left. Okay, well, you get yours. Don't crack up on the way home and mess up all my work or anything like that, okay?
Stop at all railroad crossings.
Just put it there, it's fine. All right.
All right, Chief.
Well, here's the new Roto Cups.
No doubt, man.
Okay, let's go out here and we'll sum it up. We got our fold-up rocking chairs. I love those things. And the thing is, I can take them in, and the bees and the birds don't get all over them and stuff. You know, it's just so much better.
Which side do you normally sit on?
I'll take over here. Okay. Oh, I think I'm okay. Yeah, there you go. See, they actually rock. Yeah. A little ice on the top.
I just can't believe it.
Well, you give a summation, because you're the one that's been living with this thing for 20 or 30,000 miles.
Oh gosh, I mean, so we just decided we were just going to, as my cherished friend says, we're going in. Around with a bunch of test work and diagnostics. We're just going to do things that we knew needed doing. So we serviced the transmission, dropped the pan, new filter, and pulled the solenoids out and put them in the ultrasound. Hooked them back up again. Tabs are real crispy, but they seem to be doing fine. Then we attacked the fuel filter. If you do a fuel filter on these cars, let it start dripping, open her up, and then go do something else. Go play golf, have somebody change your bucket for you, or change your bucket, cut the grass, do your taxes, let all the gas. It's just I mean, unless you're going to put a hazmat suit on, it's a handful, because gas is just going to get all over you.
You're not going to be popular for a while. The only thing worse than that is hypoid oil. That'll get on you and you won't come off.
Yeah. So then we got we'll added transmission fluid to it. Got the oil change. Got gas in it, and then, and only then, did Bob E. Shop decide that we're going in on the drive shaft.
We're going to take the drive shaft out of it, taking it all out of here.
At 4 o'clock, and we're both beat to the socks, he drops the drive shaft and puts new roto couplings in it. And I wish I could tell you what a difference those make, but I was so captivated. I was kidnapped by the horsepower, by the joyous Noel of performance.
Yeah. And the way when you're at the base of the hill and you stomped it, it kicked down and climbed that hill like you were going downhill.
I know, and like a lot of people with these cars, I had put spark plugs in it. I had run seafoam through it.
And you put some more seafoam through it.
Yeah, we did a little more seafoam. We did a smoke test on it, trying to find a vacuum leak. I replaced vacuum hose. I mean, it just drives. We did the capacitors.
Yeah.
There's a video.
We started that. Yeah, that go back a couple of weeks, and we changed all the capacitors on the main module.
That's right, because so many people say, well, how do you know unless you do your capacitors? Well, we did those. And we cut that fuel filter open, and I think we found a fuel filter that was probably put on in 1997 or 96 for a 97 model. And it had just, I mean, performed admirably.
Well, when we were draining the gas, it wasn't even going through the other side and coming out. It only came out of the banjo fitting that came out of the gas tank. The gas didn't even come through the filter and drain on the other side. Because I was just, it had 10 gallons in it. we got 5 gallons out, and I would just close the banjo fitting with the other side of the filter open, and nothing came out. And when you cracked that thing open, you could see all the muck.
Exactly. So to recap, for people who don't really care that we're incredibly entertaining and personable and humble men,
just can't help it.
from humble beginnings.
That's right.
The symptoms were starts and runs, drive it anywhere, but started to notice it, didn't want to climb a hill. Under load.
You called me when you were on that hill.
Yeah. So I thought I had not enough transmission fluid in it. Added a quart. I thought I had a transmission issue. Transmission guy said you don't. He said you got exhaust restriction problem. That turned out to be not the case. Lexus Matt, to recap, says maybe a fuel delivery issue, and that set us on the path of the fuel filter. But it was throwing, so the codes that it didn't even throw that many codes. Excuse me, I got a P0304 code, which would be a cylinder 4 misfire. That could be the result of a lean condition.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that happened when I was stomping it trying to climb.
Oh, yeah.
It's through a P0171 code, which was a bank 1 lean.
That's what we got today, wasn't it?
Right. And then it had thrown P430 codes, P420 codes.
Check engine light came on, and then it went off right when you cranked it after we were all through. So pull that tape off. Don't forget to pull that tape off.
I just might do it.
And then because you want to know that on the way home.
We just might keep this car.
So the closest Crown Vic don't matter to you anymore. Marauder.
When I get my shop built and get a lift, I may just get one, just to mess around.
Just to have it. Okay, yeah. All right.
But I probably won't. I'll probably just keep this one.
All right, man. Well, let's wrap it up then.
Yep.
All right.
Great day at Bobby
great day.
Shop.
That's right.
Subscribe to this man.
And be sure and
Like this man.
and share. And I hope you're going to put the link on the forum and everything else.
I don't post on any. I've never posted on any forum, but maybe I will in
Well,
this case.
All right. Well, you're statistically due. I know, but well, you give me the link to those and I'll post them.
Okay.
If you don't want to do it, I'll do it.
I will.
Oh, okay.
Club Lexus, and yeah, there's some good ones.
LS Mickey over here.
And then when I get that hedge clippers running, I'll be Mickey boy.
You're not
That's a nod
Donnie boy.
to Donnie boy.
Brrrn, ding. All right, well, there's the sun going down, everybody. I'm going to start the fountain up. Let's see if I got enough water in the fountain to do it. And I'm to keep this to 20 minutes, right? Switch is out here over here at my desk. Yeah, there it goes. All right. We have water feature. Sundown, cold beer, and a good running Lexus. Who could ask for more? I got an oil leak in the Jaguar. I'm going to do a total fluid change, brake fluid, and it's on the BMW coming up, and that's going to include the clutch. She's a straight 7-speed, 6 forward. And so we'll be doing that later. Okay, thumbs up, subscribe. Appreciate y'all watching. Talk to you next time. Good day.